Jai Guruji. So, this is just my way of doing Shukrana to Guruji. I'll share in very short. So, I got to know about Guruji in 2019, and it was a long journey of 2.5 years till when I reached the mandir. And many things happened in our family, like 2021 Guru Nanak Jayanti Gurpurab, after Diwali, which comes, is when I reached the mandir. So almost after 2.5 years of knowing about Guruji, and it took that much time to reach his temple, and many events happened. But I don't want to share that right now. What I want to share is, as I reached Guruji's mandir, I had not realized, but over these 2019, 2021, because of many personal incidents, I had slipped into a phase of depression which I had no awareness about. So now, as I reached Guruji's mandir in 2021, the first day I went, I obviously just cried, like, tears come out. And after that, I don't know what happened, what it was, or how it was, but my mind went out of my control. And maybe then, little, it was just, so my relation with Guruji was like, I couldn't share it with anyone, but I did realize that I'm going through a very bad phase of mental health. It used to be regressive, negative thoughts, and I had kind of like OCD of cleanliness before that, but this took it to some other level. So it became so bad that I had no control over my body or my mind. Like, I didn't know what I have to think. I was not leading a normal life, and it was just that time. It was once a week. I was going to the mandir, having the langar prasad. The mandir in Bombay had just opened in Goregaon, so it was a new mandir. I should just go, matha teko bhai. I couldn't even sit in the darbar. I was just 20 years old, 21. I had no idea that, because when I used to go to the darbar, those negative or regressive thoughts that used to come again, the power of that used to increase. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. I hope I don't miss out on anything. But it used to increase to a level where I couldn't even sit inside, because there used to be negative thoughts, dirty thoughts, like anything. So I realized there's something happening with me, but what it is, I had no idea. So it used to just be going there, taking the langar prasad and coming back. So I was living like one day at a time, 1 week, like just looking forward to that one day that I go to the mandir. And it was just Guruji's prasad that was keeping me going, which I believe. So in this phase, as this phase started, my relation with Guruji started. Before that, it was just an introduction. And now, when my relation with Guruji started, it was like the entire day these episodes used to be on. And the entire day, I knew the only solution I had was apna dhyan Guruji mein lagane ko. So it was my last semester. I had a backlog of an exam from my 5th semester. I had the entire 6th semester to do. This mental health phase had started. At that time, I was getting up every morning, reading the next message on Instagram, thinking, okay, this is the day and I'm going to be fine tomorrow. It was such a bad phase. It was such a bad phase. I don't even know, like, I had no escape. I didn't know what to do, how to do. I didn't want to go to any doctor at that time, because I didn't have the confidence to speak about it to anyone, because I only knew what my thoughts were at that given moment. But Guruji didn't let me go also. He kept me so much at peace with him that I don't know what it was, but maybe later on, after 2 years, I realized कि ये सब एक बस बहाना था गुरुजी से जुड़ने का, और वो मुझे इतना जुड़ गया. So I'll take you just through what happened. So December 2021, as I went to the mandir, this got supercharged and it started. So December, January, February, I used to go to the mandir once a week. And my last semester was there. Simultaneously, Guruji made me leave alcohol. Guruji, like, I tried to do everything in my control that I'll improve myself. I started studying. But Guruji did help me through all of it. I became very antisocial at that phase. But every week, it was just looking forward to that 1 week to go to the mandir and having the prasad. Finally, it was Holi. It was March 2022. And during this phase, it had been 2 months since every day I should just listen to satsangs and Shabad, and I had no knowledge of any of it. But whatever Guruji used to make me hear, like YouTube, whatever came up on YouTube used to guide me through it, and I used to listen. And through the satsang, Guruji kept me uplifted. Like I never lost my moral, even though I used to get like suicidal thoughts, and I should be like, when will this end, or what is this? I was not able to understand anything. Then I read up on it, and I knew what my symptoms were. I knew it was basically OCD that had just gone to my head. I even tried to like self-medicate myself. I bought some vitamin B. I bought many vitamins. So no doctor that I went to. Uh, Now it was holy, and I used to go to the mandir once a week. So I was just sitting during Holi in the mandir, and I'm like, Guruji, मैं मंदिर आता हूँ आपके, पर मैं अंदर बैठ भी नहीं पाता हूँ, ये कब तक चलेगा and ये कैसे चलेगा? Because it was not even an episode. During these 3 months, I had kind of made peace living with those thoughts because they didn't impact my normal life. So simultaneously, when I was going through this, I was also living the best phase of my life. I was never performing so well in college. I was never achieving, like, even fitness wise. I was in the best shape of my life because I don't know, it was Guruji's prasad, it was his magic. So any negative thought, I used to be like, okay, I'm going through the worst phase mentally, but my life has never been so good. Guruji had upgraded my life like every month. Before I wanted something, I used to get it, but I knew it. Later on, when I heard satsangs, I got to know Guruji had just कर्म कटवाने थे या क्या था, उन्होंने मुझे ऐसे रखा था. Now finally on Holi, I just asked Guruji कि कब तक ऐसे होगा, मैं आपके मंदिर आता हूँ, बस लंगर लेके निकल जाता हूँ, take away. I can't even sit inside. Because I feel like I was not able to bear the energy of what it was. I don't know exactly, but I wasn't able to sit inside. So on Holi, as I came out, one uncle told me, "Will you do Joda Seva over here?" And it was my, like, Guruji's timings are perfect. Like, it was my almost the last month of my last semester when no more classes were there. So he said, "What day are you free?" I was like, "Any day, just call me any day. I am free." Because I had heard in satsangs, like seva, like till then there was no seva. It was just like going to the mandir and coming back. No satsang, nothing. Just mandir, taking langar and coming back. Then he called me once for seva on Thursday, Friday. Whenever uncle used to call me for seva, first time I was like, no, I have college tomorrow, but my lectures used to get cancelled. So this happened like 3-4 times. By the time Guruji like made me understand that if I'm calling you for seva, I'm going to take care of everything else. So every time my lectures used to get cancelled whenever I was called for seva. As I started going for seva, trust me, I don't know what happened, but I knew a part of me had started healing. Obviously, with time, I realized, but every time I used to go for seva, so then it became from March 2022 to April, May, June, July, August, the entire, like the next 6 months were going for seva once a week, having langar and coming back. I never sat in the darbar, nothing, because those episodes that I used to have, it was like a cycle of thoughts, a chain of thoughts, and with many triggers. Like there were so many triggers that were built by then that every trigger used to lead me to another chain of thoughts. So with Guruji, it was like, it was there, but it was not affecting me because parallelly, Guruji was giving me the best life, and he became my best friend. He became my father. He became everything to me. He was my doctor. He was actually my doctor. And I knew it, I don't need any medicine. But still, when it used to become too much, like which was rarely, only 3 or 4 times that I actually tried taking medicine. It was on a Sunday night. Just Monday used to be Seva day, and just on a Sunday night. So I took it and I knew I would have done something wrong. Then on Monday, because I was trying to self-medicate myself. So this was during, I think, July, August, or one of the months, 2022. And then one day I was called to seva on I think it was a non-Sangal day, Tuesday or Wednesday in the mandir. And one uncle told me to clean this filter. And before that night only, I had those medicines and come, which I knew it they had no effect on me because it was only Guruji Langar that were keeping me afloat and they were curing. अब जब मैं मंदिर जाता हूँ तो वो अंकल मुझे बोलते हैं ये फिल्टर साफ करना है आपको, the water cooler. So I'm like, uncle, can we put some medicine and everything? He did, and he screams, like he literally shouts at me and he says, Guruji के सामने कोई दवाई नहीं चलती. And I know Guruji is a doctor, अपना काम करेगा, so I don't want to give any wrong message. That was for me particularly at that given moment because the night before I had the medicines I was not supposed to have. I came back home, I threw all those medicines that I had purchased, like they were expensive, so I was like, okay, maybe these multivitamins can be used at some later time. But I threw them, and trust me, the entire process supercharged after that. the langar, it just started healing me. And when I'm saying this was so personal that till 2023, I didn't even share it with my parents. So the magic is I was going through such bad mental health issues, but not even my mom in my house knew I'm going through something. Because Guruji kept me so normal. Like if you spoke to me, if you ever met me during that phase, you would never be able to make out that my brain had this chain of thoughts constantly just going on and on. And I know that was not a normal life because now after being fine, I know that I was going through something. I have no idea how Guruji removed me through it because I literally could see like death. Like, I should be paralyzed with thoughts at some given point. Now, what happened is during the same phase, how like when I was going through this, Guruji ensured I clear all my exams. It was my last semester. I had to even make my projects and everything. He guided me through every project. The final year project was I had not interacted with anyone since college because before that college was online. The entire final year project I was left with like the residue of all the of all the divisions because who didn't have a group were there and they had no idea what to do in the final year project. I was not in the mental state to even study, leave apart making a project. So trust me when I'm saying this, I don't know how he made me do it, but that time Guruji literally आके करवाते थे. कैसे तो करवाते थे कि मैं बस on YouTube जो भी होता था सुनते जाता था and laptop खोल के जो भी समझ में आता था. I have done finance and I made a final year project on the most basic. And when the presentation was there, no one in the group knew also what's there in it, but we all got 70 on 100. This was just a small satsang, and this is one part of it. My entire degree, he ensured I did it because when I'm saying this, I was not able to talk to someone, leave apart studying. I couldn't study at all in the last semester. But he did make me clear, and as my degree got over, within 3 days I got a job, and I was overperforming in that job for 5 to 6 months. But it was a job I had to talk to people. It was in sales and marketing, sales, more like real estate sales. It was a starting job. And I couldn't talk to my own family members, but at that point, kahan se Guruji kaam karwate the? I had no idea. But I'm just telling you, now 2 years later, when I realized it was all his way of keeping me so positive and so afloat that I never thought when those negative thoughts of like anything that used to come to my head, that he never let me go into that zone. Maybe it used to be for a while, but would nikal dete. Like I don't know what he did, how he did, but through seva and just through langar prasad, like every bite of it. Like when I started getting seva, obviously I was having langar in the mandir once a week, and that was my medicine. And 2022 December, this entire thing lasted where I could never sit with Guruji. Then 2023, I just started in Bombay. There was a small satsang that happened. It was a chalia. It was a 40-day satsang. We started in the month of January, and it should be in the evenings and the nights. And that's where I actually, for the first time, even after spending so much time in the mandir, I actually got time to sit with, like, to sit and to hear Shabad. As I shared, I was not able to even sit in the darbar before that. And last year, when I started sitting in those 40 days, every day going for the satsang. Before that, I attended like 2 satsangs only. It was just mandir, langar prasad, seva. That's it. That was my relation with Guruji, and very personal at home with Guruji. After that, the first time I started attending satsang, Guruji gave 40 days of satsang back to back. So that's every day having the prasad. Now, the magic that I realized after many months, I think those 40 days was the last time that I went through that phase. With all the prasad, with all his blessings, with all the satsangs every day, I never went back to that state of mind ever. Like, since then, and for the first time after those 40 days, someone from the Bombay Sangat only invited us to Delhi. I have gone to the Bombay Mandir for 2 years, but never been to the Bade Mandir. As those 40 days got over, we got an invite to the Bade Mandir. So we went to the Bade Mandir, and I think that's just part of my journey that Guruji ne Bade Mandir bulaya. And after that, life just, it changed. It just changed. जैसे गुरुजी कहते हैं कि घर का एक बंदा भी आया, full family को bless करता है. After that, everyone's health in my family, my parents, my grandparents, everyone's health. You can literally see कि कोई problem आने वाली होती है, वो diagnostic stage पे उसकी test करा देते हैं या उसको निकलवा देते हैं. Like, it never goes to the level which used to happen before, or पहले हम सब ध्यान नहीं देते थे. तो ऐसी गुरुजी की मैजिक होती है just by his prasad. Like my Nana ji, so I knew that Guruji cured me of this mental health thing. So my Nana ji, doctor said that he has dementia. He's around 70. So no allopathic doctor was ready to treat him. Now we got his blood test done, and the doctor said that इनकी blood reports तो बहुत अच्छी है, like he's completely normal. So we had the feeling that what are we waiting for, because he used to just be sleeping all day. He was not eating. He was not mobile. Nothing, none of it. But I knew that I had not told my family I'm going through this. They were also wondering कि अचानक से गुरुजी से इतना कैसे connect हो गया, because they didn't know about Guruji. I got to know about Guruji through a friend and friends' families of my age. I'll share that later. Coming back to my Nanaji, so I knew कि if Guruji can cure me, he can also cure my Nanaji. Till date, my Nanu has never been to the mandir. He's never gone for even one satsang. Never ever. It was just that every time you show for seva, I used to get extra kada prasad or something. And throughout his life, he's not been a person of like religious or spiritual kind. So he used to just have that kada prasad. So while my healing with Guruji started, I think that kada prasad used to go to him also. And धीरे धीरे करके he started improving. And now, while being at the mandir, I also got sevas on Sundays. On Sundays, one particular auntie, she used to come with me for almost 4 to 5 months every day, because the house used to be on the way. And I knew she's a high level homeopath, so I thought she does treatment of cancer through homeopathy. That's it. Like she does predictive homeopathy, and we never asked many questions. Like we used to just be satsang sharing in the car and dropping her. Then one day she shared a satsang that she does, like not satsang, she shared that she doesn't only do cancer treatments, she treats all kind of patients. So I'm just sharing that Guruji ने मुझे एक डॉक्टर 3-4 महीने पहले ही दिला दिया था, like in 2022. But for it to strike me, it took me like 6 months. So I shared with her that my Nanaji is going through this. The next day, she came home, she visited him, where 6-7 doctors were not even ready to give us a treatment. They were not giving us any solution. They were like, it's okay, it's going to be this way. But we knew that, I knew it somewhere around. एक विश्वास होता है कि मुझे पता था कि मैं इतने बुरे फेज में हूँ और मैं इससे निकल रहा हूँ, तो क्यों नहीं, कुछ भी हो सकता है, गुरुजी कर सकते हैं. And she came and she said he just has a fear. इनके दिमाग में बस एक डर बैठ गया, इनको कुछ है नहीं. So she started with homeopathic medicines on the side. Parallelly every week उनको कड़ा प्रसाद and गुरुजी का जल प्रसाद जाता था मंदिर से. And trust me, 2020-21 में हम एक ऐसे पोजीशन में थे that I'm being very frank, it was like we are just waiting for him to go. What else? ना कोई treatment है, ना कुछ है. But 2000, since that day, if you meet him now, he's mobile, he's walking around the house, वो बात करने की कोशिश करते, सबसे बात करते, खा रहे हैं, घूम रहे हैं. My Nanu Nani live alone. My Nan, he's 70 years old, he's almost 6 feet. I don't know if there's a way, but if you meet my Nani, no one can say there's no help in their house today. Not like they can't have help, but they don't keep help, because Guruji's made my Nani so positive. She got connected to him, and she's got so much strength. And Nanu started improving with all the hope and the positivity. That I don't know how he's done this, but you can never even say that she takes care of a 70-year-old man who's going through this, because he has actually not only stabilized but also improved. What no doctor was ready to give us, and it is only through his blessings, through his prasad, and वो कभी मंदिर तक नहीं गया. So thank you, Guruji, Shukrana for curing me and for curing every family member of mine, and for all the other things that you've given us. Thank you so much.